Yo, what is going on, guys? It's G here, back again, bringing you guys another edition of Pack and Play. This time I've got two players that I actually really like and I really wanted to do an episode on because they're the type of players I like. As you can see, the first player is Falcao. 78 dribbling and 80 shooting and just a generally decent card and like really good in-game finishing stats. And then Defoe, which is pretty much exactly the same. Both a similar height. The difference is Falcao seems to be a lot better in the air, and Defoe is a lot better on the ground, obviously, and with the ball with really good dribbling stats. But as you can see, this is the team we went with. For both players, I decided to add an artist chemistry style, which ups their dribbling and their passing, which is sort of the style I play. Like, I just like to kind of dribble around people and then play 1-2s and that, you know, sort of like break down teams that way. And obviously this formation seems to work really well for that. So this was a great way to fit in both players in the team. Picking the better player out of the two on this occasion was probably the hardest I've ever had to do, because Defoe is a player I really like. I don't know if you actually see it in this video, but I don't think you do, but I actually have the squad builder challenge Defoe, and I use that quite a lot. It's probably one of my main cards that I use. It's probably my go-to card. I mean, it's got 92 finishing on it, and I'm pretty sure it's only I think it's 4 more finishing than his base card. So his base card, I'm pretty sure, has 88 finishing, and like you can really feel that in game. Like, he really does finish. He doesn't really miss very many opportunities. Straight into the game, I took Rodwell and Lamar off because really they're not much use to me. They're pretty shit players. So I brought on Martial and Coutinho. Straight away off the bat, a great back heel from Coutinho there, plays through Defoe, and then that's that finishing coming into play there. Like, if you get him in and around 25 yards of the box and you have a clear shot on goal, he more than likely scores. Like, he really is a good finisher, but sometimes it can be quite hard to get him into those positions. I feel like his dribbling is really high, but sometimes he feels a little bit stiff, even though his dribbling is so high. But he really is just a really quality player, and as you can see there, he makes it 1-0 to me. Running down the wing here, crosses it in, but the keeper manages to get to it, unfortunately. But when it gets to the second half here, it's nearing the second half now, I took a little look in game and just checked out Falcao's stats, and I realized he had 90 jumping and 90 heading accuracy, which is like, that's pretty insane for an 81 rated card. And I did try to focus on his heading a little bit, but as you can see there in that clip, Falcao was really good going down the wing. I would even set him on drift wide. In the game, I actually didn't have him set on drift wide, but I would honestly think about even having him on drift wide, because every time he got into those wide areas, you know, he made something happen. His passing felt really good in game. As you can see there, Defoe had 87 pass accuracy, which is just the thing that's really important to me, but he had 8 losses in the air. Falcao had 92 there, and he just felt really good. He really from the two players in game, I feel like Defoe might have been the player who scored, but I feel like Falcao just felt really good in game. As you can see, he has 90 agility, which is like insanely high. I really didn't think the fact he's only got 78 dribbling and 90 agility, I found that really strange. But as you can see here, Smallin fails to tackle him there, and then he does get through with Alvaro Morata, and great finish from him. I'm not actually loving Jack Butland. I realize that everyone says about him being like the best keeper in the game and all this stuff, but I'm not a huge fan of him. He didn't feel that great for me, and he didn't really make any good saves. A great ball through there from Morgan Schneiderlin. But this is the thing that I really wanted to mention about both of these players. They both have extremely high attacking positioning, and that is something that I find to be really useful. If you use the squad builder Diego Costa too, he has really high positioning, and he might not score as much as other players, but he really sets up chances for other players, especially when you're playing this formation. Those two guys drift wide and created so much space for Coutinho there. It's just because of their really high attacking positioning. So, you know, if you're wanting to use players like this, they really do work. A lot of people would hesitate not to use them just because of their pace, but honestly, the attacking position makes up for it big time. But thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. And peace, guys. I'm out.
It's the only time some nobody like me will be heard. I was that kid that would get picked last.